I have so much vlog footage from the trip to Antarctica, and well, it takes me forever to edit because I still work on this side. So yeah, I decided to wrap up the last few days we spent there into one video. So here are my 4 reasons why you shouldn't go to Antarctica. Number 1, it's f***ing cold. Now you would think that that's a given on the driest continent made of snow and ice, but the weather is incredibly unpredictable. So not only will you be freezing,
Good job, because my battery's going down low, and so is this camera. The camera's saying we're f***ing dead, okay?
the sun may come out, or ice may be blocking where you're supposed to go and excursions are canceled. So if you can't embrace the cold and the fact that some days you may not be able to leave the boat, this is probably not the trip for you.
For some reason it's cold. Don't you think?
Well, apparently we've got automatic winds up to 50 miles per hour this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't go landing anywhere.
No.
Number 2, if you're an introvert like me, get ready to forget about solo quiet time. You're on a ship in tight quarters with anywhere between 100 to 200 people. Meals are at communal tables, the zodiacs are full, and cabins are shared. Side note here, most of them are anyways. We kind of got lucky, and I'll share how in my upcoming How to Do Antarctica on a Budget video, but that title will probably change. But basically, get ready to share this experience with a lot of people. Number 3, learning and then some more learning. If you're looking to spend your holiday comfortably in your comfort zone, sure, let's go with that. Or if the idea of a lecture while on vacation doesn't sound like something you'd like to do, then this is not the trip for you. I mean, think about it. Sitting in a classroom, a PowerPoint presentation up on the screen, and a lecture? Sounds boring, right? Wrong. It definitely isn't, and it was one of my favorite parts of the trip. Because if I learned anything in Antarctica, it was how little I really knew about Antarctica, this planet, and even myself. You'll learn about how technology is used for wildlife preservation and biology. You'll learn about the history of whaling and so much more. You can take part in citizen science, meaning you get to play with science stuff and even see the important little phytoplankton under a microscope, all while contributing to real science.
It's very fresh at the surface, so it's 31.
You get incredible advice on photography from your fellow shipmates and the trip leaders. And being entirely disconnected from the world allows you to self-reflect and grow. I came out of this trip with such a clear understanding of who I am and what my purpose is. And as I always say, go at something with an open mind, and it's incredible what you'll learn. And last but not least, you're there to see the incredible wildlife, right? Well, it's not that easy for several reasons. Number 1, Mother Nature is an incredible artist, and this is her playground for building some amazing ice structures that could very well easily kill you. Being out in the zodiacs means you have to be careful because you can't get too close to some of the icebergs. Or, as before, you may be stuck on the ship because there is just too much ice. Number 2, wildlife is unpredictable. You may be sitting in a zodiac for 4 hours and see nothing. There's no guarantee. Your expedition leaders will obviously try to make sure you do see something, but even if, there's a good chance you'll miss it. How much of this footage do you think I have? A ton. And how many times are you looking in one direction and a whale decides to pop up in another? All the time. But then everything will fall into place. The weather will suddenly clear. The sun will come out, warming up your face after those 3 hours of sitting in a zodiac. And as if from nowhere, you'll find yourself surrounded by humpback whales bubble net feeding. Now this is the incredible method they use, creating a proverbial net out of bubbles to catch krill, and we found ourselves right in the middle of it. To really give you a sense of the rawness of this experience, I'm just going to show you a cell phone video our expedition leader that day took. It was one of the most surreal and incredible moments of my life, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to tell that by the expression on my face at the end.
Don't eat us.
See the pectoral fin below us? See, look right below us. Right below us. Polarized glass. Might be best to have a seat here, guys.
Because we may end up in the mouth of the whale. Oh my god! Amazing. Wow.
So yes, you have to deal with the cold. You have to deal with plans changing and expeditions not happening. You have to deal with a crowded zodiac, and you'll have to deal with the fact that wildlife is, well, wild. There are plenty of reasons you might not enjoy going to Antarctica, but with the right mindset, this is one of the most rewarding journeys you can take. And I know a few years ago, and to this day, there's a debate that we shouldn't travel here because it is such a fragile environment, and I agree that it certainly needs to be regulated, but the education you get and the care you have to take while you're there is incredibly eye-opening. If we just applied even half the effort to keep the rest of our planet clean, we may just make a difference. Until next time, be good to one another, be good to our planet, and keep adventuring.